The first thing you notice is the smell. Not just smoke, but hot metal, burned paint, and the sharp bite of cordite hanging in the winter air like a warning you can taste. It's January 8, 1945, and the snow around the road near Marcouray, Belgium, has been churned into gray slush by tracks, boots, and panic. Somewhere ahead, engines roar in the fog, low and heavy, like an animal breathing before it charges. American infantrymen press into shallow ditches, their gloves stiff, their fingers numb, trying to keep their rifles steady. And then a tank destroyer on the roadside erupts in flames so suddenly it looks like the world just blinked and caught fire. The vehicle is an M10 Wolverine, its open turret now a bowl of burning fuel and sparks. The crew is gone, either dead, wounded, or forced out. The steel hull pops and groans as ammo cooks off inside, and every few seconds a bright flash bursts from the turret like lightning trapped in a cage. The infantry around it know what it means. A wrecked destroyer on a narrow road is a dead sign that enemy armor is close. Too close. Because the Germans don't waste time when they smell a break in the line. They push through it. Down that same road, shapes begin to form through the smoke and drifting snow. First a few helmets, then a line of figures moving with purpose, then the clank. The unmistakable clank of steel treads on hard ground. German grenadiers are advancing, spreading into the fields, using the burning wreck like a landmark. And behind them, a panzer rolls forward, gun steady, moving like it owns the road. The Americans fire, but it's scattered. Some men are reloading. Others are dragging wounded back into cover. A machine gun tries to find a lane of fire, but the barrel is already steaming. The problem is simple and terrifying. This section of the line is cracked. The tank destroyer is out. The infantry are exposed, and the German assault is building momentum with every step. Private First Class Forrest L. Vossler is nearby, but this isn't his moment. This is another kind of fight, close, desperate, and ugly. The man who makes the move is not a famous general. He's not shouting orders from a command post. He's just a U.S. infantryman in the 26th Infantry Regiment, 1st Infantry Division, the Big Red One. His name is Staff Sergeant John W. Minick. He's already been fighting for days in the Bulge, sleeping in frozen mud, living on cold rations, and watching friends disappear in white smoke. Minick looks at the burning M10 and sees something the others don't. Not just a wreck, not just fire. He sees height. He sees an angle. He sees a weapon that might still be alive inside that steel coffin. Because mounted on that destroyer, above the flames, near the rim of the turret, is a .50 caliber machine gun. The kind of gun that can chew through infantry lines and slap the confidence out of an assault in seconds. The kind of gun that can make men hit the ground even if they swear they won't. But right now, it's sitting on a tank destroyer that's burning like a torch. No one wants to climb it. No one should climb it. And that's why it works. Minick moves before his own brain can talk him out of it. He breaks from cover and sprints toward the wreck, boots sliding in the slush, rifle banging against his chest. The heat hits him before he even reaches the hull. It's not warm. It's violent. It feels like standing too close to an open furnace, like the air itself is trying to peel your skin away. He grabs the side of the M10 and starts pulling himself up. You can almost feel the metal burning through his gloves. The hull is slick with soot and melting snow. Smoke pours out of the open turret in thick waves, wrapping around his face, crawling into his mouth. Somewhere inside, something pops sharp and loud like a round detonating. He doesn't stop. He can't. Because if he hesitates on that hull, he becomes a statue on a funeral pyre. He climbs higher. Below him, American riflemen are shouting for him to get down. Some are firing over his head. Others are frozen, watching like they're seeing a man step into a storm on purpose. German bullets snap through the smoke, and the sound is different up there, closer, louder, more personal. Minick reaches the turret rim, coughing hard, eyes squinting against the heat and sparks. Then he sees it. The .50 caliber is still there. The mount is hot, the receiver is hot, everything is hot, but the gun is real, and it's loaded. Minick swings himself into position, half kneeling on the turret edge, half hanging on like a man riding a burning animal. The fire inside the turret throws light up into his face, turning his helmet into a glowing silhouette. Anyone looking from the German side can see him perfectly. A lone infantryman, framed by flames, with a machine gun in his hands. And then he opens fire. The first burst is wild, because the barrel bucks and the mount shakes and his arms are already tired from the climb. But the sound changes everything. The deep, heavy hammer of a .50 echoes down the road like a door being slammed shut on the German assault. Tracers cut through smoke. Dirt jumps in violent spurts. Snow explodes in little storms as rounds tear into the ground and the men moving through it. German grenadiers drop instantly, not even sure where the fire is coming from. It feels impossible. The tank destroyer is burning. It should be dead, and yet it's spitting out death. Minick steadies his aim, clamps down, and starts walking the fire across the advancing line. He isn't spraying the field. He's slicing it. He's forcing every German soldier to choose between moving forward into that fire or hugging the ground and losing their momentum. And in an assault, momentum is everything. The Germans try to answer. Rifles crack back. An MG-42 opens up, tearing the air with that fast ripping sound. Rounds ping off the M10's armor. Sparks jump around Minick's boots. He flinches once when something hits close enough to feel like a punch of air, but he stays on the gun. Because the road is now a kill lane, and he's the lock on the door. The panzer behind the infantry slows. Its commander can't see clearly through the smoke and flame. The burning M10 is blocking the road and blinding his optics, and now there's heavy machine gun fire pouring out of it like the vehicle is still fighting. For a moment, just a moment, the German armor hesitates. That hesitation is gold. American riflemen begin firing with more rhythm now. A bar chatters from the ditch. Grenades arc into the haze. Someone gets a bazooka team into position, crawling low, trying to get a shot. A forward observer screams into a radio, begging for anything that can hit the road. And above it all, Minick keeps firing, even as the heat becomes unbearable. Smoke stings his eyes until tears stream down his face. His throat feels raw. His uniform is beginning to singe at the edges. The air he breathes tastes like burning rubber and metal dust. Every time he leans into the gun, he feels the turret rim biting into his knee through his pants. He doesn't have a safe position. There is no comfort up there. Only the gun, only the target, only the next burst. The Germans try to flank, pushing into the trees and hedgerows. Minick shifts the .50, angles it down, and rakes the edge of the field. The rounds tear through brush and wood like it's paper. The flanking soldiers drop back, forced to crawl, forced to hide. They can't rise, not while that gun is watching them. Then the turret flares brighter. An angry burst of flame that blooms so high it lights up the snow around the wreck. Something inside the M10 is worsening. Fuel is feeding the fire. The wreck is dying faster. Minick knows it. He can feel it in the way the metal vibrates and pops, like the vehicle is coming apart in slow motion. But he doesn't climb down. Not yet. He fires another burst straight down the road, right at the center of the assault, and you can almost see the German line break. Not completely, not like a clean retreat, but like a wave losing its shape. Men stop advancing. Some turn back. Others drop into the snow and stay there, stunned, waiting for orders that don't come fast enough. That's when the bazooka finally speaks. A rocket flashes from the American side, cutting through smoke. It slams into armor with a bright bloom of fire. The Panzer recoils, backing slightly, its presence no longer confident. The German infantry, already pinned in bleeding time, loses the last bit of nerve it had left. The assault stalls. Then it collapses into scattered movement, men pulling back, dragging wounded, trying to disappear into the white terrain. The road is quiet for a second, except for the crackling wreck and the ringing in everyone's ears. Minick fires one last short burst into the retreating shapes, then releases the trigger. His hands are shaking, not from fear alone, from the heat, from exhaustion, from the sheer strain of holding himself on that burning edge for as long as he did. Only now does he climb down. He drops off the hull into the slush, landing hard, stumbling away from the wreck as if it might grab him back. His face is black with soot. His uniform smells like smoke. His lungs feel like they've swallowed fire. But he's alive. And more than that, the line is still standing. In the minutes after, as American soldiers reset their positions and pull ammo forward, the reality sinks in. That assault was meant to punch through. It was meant to roll over them with speed and terror. It was meant to split the defense and open the road. But it didn't. Because one infantryman climbed a burning tank destroyer and turned it into a fortress for just long enough. Later, the official words would say he voluntarily mounted the blazing vehicle and manned the machine gun under intense enemy fire. They would write it clean and controlled, like history always tries to do. But the men who saw it would remember the truth in a different way. They would remember a figure outlined in flames, gripping a .50 caliber like it was the last thing holding the world together, firing until the enemy's courage broke. And in the frozen fields near Marcouray, Belgium, in the dead center of the Battle of the Bulge, that's exactly what happened. For a few brutal minutes on January 8, 1945, the Germans had everything they needed to win that stretch of road: numbers, pressure, armor, momentum. And then the burning wreck they thought was useless started shooting back. Not because it was alive. Because a lone infantryman decided it had to be.
If you want more content like this, subscribe now and comment below.